Here we're going to calculate the rate of change when given a table of data points. So it's important to know that each line in this table represents an XY coordinate. So like this first line is the point when X is 2, Y is 78. The second one is when X is 4, Y is 156, and so on. So you want to see those as XY coordinates. So in order to calculate the rate of change, remember rate of change is slope, what we want to do is pick two lines and calculate that slope. So this is assuming that this is a linear relationship. So the slope is going to be the same, the rate of change is going to be the same, whichever 2 points we pick. So let's just calculate it using the first 2 points. So let's label those X and Y. We'll call this X1 and Y1 and X2 and Y2. And then we're going to just substitute these into our slope formula. So when we substitute them in, this is what we get. And then you start to simplify. So let's subtract the numerator and the denominator, and then divide. And we get 34. So what is that 34 telling us? Now the slope, the y coordinate in this case represents the cost. And the x coordinate is the number of games. So our slope, our rate, is the cost per game. So this is saying 34 is our cost per game. Let's try another. Again, these represent X and Y, and it's not labeled X and Y in this case. So let's think about it. The X is always going to be our independent variable. We can put anything in for X, and that determines Y. That's dependent variable, the Y is. What Y equals depends on what you put in for X. So if we look here, the number of raffle tickets and the cost, the total cost of the raffle tickets, which one do you think is the X? This one. The number of raffle tickets that we buy determines the cost. So now that we've identified our X and Y, let's substitute in 2 of the points into the slope formula. So let's just pick the first 2 here. So this is going to be 2, 1, and this is 4, 2. So if we label our points X, Y, X, Y, and we substitute them into the formula, this is what we get. And then we start to simplify this, so we just subtract the numerator and our denominator, and we get 1 over 2. So what is this telling us? 1/2. Our rate of change is 1/2. Remember, let's look at what they are labeled. What does the Y represent? Cost. What does the X represent? The number of tickets. So this is the cost per ticket, is 1/2. Well, money we typically change to decimals. So what is 1/2? That's 0.5. Now, if the cost is $0.5, what do we need to add there? A 0. Money always has 2 numbers to the right of the decimal. So it's 50 cents per ticket.